In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing A Christmas Story Christmas. A Christmas Story Christmas is the sequel to the 1983 hit A Christmas Story. This movie takes place in 1973, in December of 1973, 33 years after the events of the original movie. Now, Ralphie, played by Peter Billingsley, does come back to reprise his role, and it's absolutely amazing to see. Now, Ralphie is a writer, as he's moved on from Indiana, who now lives in Chicago with his wife and two kids, and Mark and Julie, and his wife is Sandy. The way this entire story was absolutely interesting and fun and really, really reminiscent of the original movie. Ralphie is a struggling writer, and he's trying to get this kind of first novel off the ground, but he goes to certain lengths to try and get it published, but he keeps getting denied. And he finds out that his parents are supposed to come over for Christmas, but he gets a call from his mother, and we find out that the old man has passed away. And this is a really, really front centered story about the old man and how Ralphie kind of feels that emptiness when the old man is gone. And the old man in the original was played by Darren McGavin, who sadly passed away in 2006. Now, Melinda Dillon, who played the original Mrs. Parker, Ralphie's mother, in the original one, did not reprise her role in this, as the actress did retire from acting in 2007. So Julie Haggerty does come in and take over that role, and she really, really gives a great performance. Now, this entire time, the family tries to have that Christmas spirit going and keep it together for the mother and in memory of the old man. And the aspect of what this entire movie is great. It's a feel good, emotional, funny movie that has amazing Easter eggs. I mean, Ralphie is still trying to bribe people in this movie by when he goes to a publishing company, he tries to give the publisher something of a Christmas gift, and it's reminiscent of the scene where he gives his teacher in the first one an apple just to get a good grade on his paper. That's really funny. And then Ralphie still has fantasy daydreams as an adult. Some like where he wins the Pulitzer Prize, where he faces Black Bart. It's really great, and it's really done so well. The funny aspect is that you think certain things have changed. No, nothing has changed at all. While his kids are playing out in the front making snowmen, the Bumpus's child or whoever comes over and interacts with them, and the Bumpuses are still there, living next door with their dogs and hounds. And once you see, you're like, oh man, the Bumpuses dog. It's really great. Not only that, when Ralphie goes to the attic to decorate and he tries to find certain things and aspects, we see a lot of nostalgic items up there, from the pink bunny suit to the leg lamp to the other aspects of the BB gun and other remembrances of what we saw in the original movie, which is really, really fun. And once again, the family has to go get a Christmas tree. So, like Ralphie's old man does in this one, Ralphie now kind of haggles the Christmas tree guy and says, "We'll take this one for that." And if you quickly pay attention to where the Christmas tree stand is and where it is, it's between two buildings. One is the clock shop, and the other is the Chinese restaurant from the first movie where Ralphie and his family go to eat when the Bumpus's dogs go after the turkey. It's a really quick glimpse, but if you blink or you look away, you'll really, really miss it. And like I said, Ralphie still is trying to, haggle the Christmas tree, and he gets what he wants. Not only that, the aspect of him and the reminiscent of the scene where the father put his old man put the star on the tree, them decorating the aspects of certain images is great. And it's really, really fun. And what do? They go to Higbee's, where, of course, you know where Santa is. There's a funny aspect thing to happen where the kids get in line to see Santa, and Ralphie, if you remember from the trailer, and it says it in this movie, he's like, "Don't let him kick you in the face." His wife's like, "What?" It's a nice touch where you and Ralphie know what happened, but the wife doesn't, and it's really good. So as the kids are waiting in line for Santa, Ralphie goes around the store to buy the presents for the kids and what they want for Christmas. It's really great. It's really fun, and the whole setup is like shot for shot reminiscent of the original film of the first movie. It's really great. When the camera pans in and up, you see the setup the same way, but it's two different elves and different Santa, but it's done so well. After they leave Higbee's, they all sing Jingle Bells in the car, but Ralphie's radiator breaks and they have a snowball fight. The daughter gets hit in the face with a snowball. They take her to the emergency room, but the car is so worn out that the trunk pops open and the presents are robbed and they don't know what to do now. And it's just so interesting to see how everything happens. Not only that, the kids are facing bullies and it's like they're built so men and the bullies just keep going after them. And the great thing about it is that Schwartz and Flick are in it, the original actors, and Flick owns a bar and Schwartz is just there drinking and running up his tab, and it's great. And in order for Schwartz to clear his tab, Flick says, "Why don't you ride, the ramp?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'll do it." And in this instance, Flick triple dog dares Schwartz. It's fun, it's reminiscent, and it's great. And the entire aspect of the scene of the adults sleigh riding down the hill is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And there is a moment where the son has his "oh fudge" moment, but if you miss it, it's really quick and you'll not really pay attention to what's going on. So everything about this movie is really great. It's reminiscent, but it's an homage and a dedication to Darren McGavin's character of the old man, and it's done so perfectly. Not only that, when the family's getting ready for Christmas the next day, the star falls off the tree and it breaks, and Ralphie has to go out and get another star. So he goes to Flakes, he sees a star, takes it, and breaks in. All of a sudden, he's caught by the police. We see that Scud Farkus is now a police officer, the bully Ralphie beat up in the original movie. He starts talking to Ralphie and everything, and we find out that the kids on the snowmobile, the bullies who are bullying Ralphie's kids, are the two sons to Farkas. So Farkas's kids are bullying Ralphie's kids, and they don't know it at all. But Ralphie finds out, and Scud doesn't know that. So in a way, kind of, Farkas kind of says to Ralphie, and brings him back home, like, "Listen, what you did to me, and what it changed my idea of how I treated you, and it made me a better person, and now I'm one of the good guys." It's done so reminiscently and so well. Peter Billingsby is fantastic in this. There's a lot of great moments in this, especially with the turkey scene where the brother and sister go and they see the turkey, and the grandma's like, "Don't touch it, don't do that." The scene where Mark and Julie get two books, but they toss it behind them, like Ralphie and his brother got for Christmas. And then there's a scene where Ralphie is watching the snow fall with his mom, and it's reminiscent of the scene where his mother and father were watching it at the end of the original movie. I mean, it's just so nostalgic. It's fun. I cried. I loved it. I watched it. And the aspect of the interesting thing is that, and Randy, Ian Petrella, who played in the original film, does come back to reprise his role. I didn't expect that at all, which was a very nice surprise. It was really heartfelt. There are a couple times where Ralphie does break the fourth wall, and for you to enjoy the movie. The movie runs for 98 minutes long, and it premiered November 17th, 2022 on HBO Max. I was very surprised that this went straight to streaming. I feel like if this was released in theaters, it would have had a solid, good run, especially for the holiday season. And it would have grossed a good amount of money because a lot of people would have gone to see this. I definitely would have gone to see this. The nostalgic of parents taking their kids to see this. I mean, even kids today know what A Christmas Story is. They know it because TNT and TBS play 24 hours of A Christmas Story, starting at 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve and ending at 8 p.m. on Christmas Day. Fun, nostalgic. I love the comedy, the aspect of it, and Ralphie, reconnecting with his friends. The whole thing about how successful his brother is, the mother being annoyed with carolers and his wife not understanding his mother a little bit. And it's just a fun whole family movie, and that's what it is. The movie is rated PG. It's a fun family movie, and it's great to see Peter Billings be in this, and it just brought back so many memories. And the aspect of how the stock footage and the clips from the first movie were put into this was so good. Um, this is a must see if you love the first movie. I can't stress enough how amazing and how really well done this is. And the director was great. The homage and the Easter eggs were so good to see. Like, as you're watching this movie, you're replaying the 1983 original in your head and seeing Ralphie now as a parent and what he's going through to make his kids have a great Christmas is really interesting to see. Now, Julie, Ralphie's daughter, is probably the most underrated character in this movie because she is such a spitfire. She's quick. And when she tries to bargain with Santa and bargain with certain other kids about, her father wanting a radiator because his car always breaks down, and the aspect of putting a raw egg in the radiator to make it keep going is just so much fun. I had a blast watching this, and I'll say this right now. While, the 1983 A Christmas Story movie you watch for 24 hours, I would definitely put this on for 24 hours. Also, watch that movie, watch this one. It's true to form. It's the true sequel, not that 2012 sequel we got with Daniel Stern called A Christmas Story 2. Put that out of your head. Watch this. This is perfect. It's great. And I hope to see Peter Billingsby in more things, more movies, more TV shows or series for that matter. And this was fun. It's a great look at what we missed out on. And to make a movie like this so many years later was really, it was the perfect time to do this. And I'm really happy that this happened because it's such fun, it's memories, and it's great to see how a young kid in the original wanted a certain toy. And now he himself, as a parent, while he reminisces about certain things and everyone else around him is growing up, it's great. And it's fun. I can't stress enough how great this is. Check it out. You will love it. It's really fun for the entire family. For me, A Christmas Story Christmas gets 5 out of 5 stars. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about A Christmas Story Christmas. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about seeing the entire original cast in this? Did you like the homage to that played for his father, the old man? Did you like the story about what Ralphie was going through and how to make Christmas better for his kids? Do you think that this is a true solid sequel, or some might call it a legacy sequel in a way? And did you like seeing a different version of Ralphie and how he could, as an adult and a parent this time around? What parts did you like and what parts didn't you like? Who was your favorite character and who was your least favorite character? And as you were watching this, were you replaying the original movie, the first movie in your head? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked, and also let me know what rating you would give A Christmas Story Christmas, and I'll see you all in the next review video.